What's going on, guys? It's Eric again, back with another video here for you. Having the last Miller Lite of the evening right now. Done watching the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight on Netflix, and what a shit show. Let's just put it that way. It was a big time shit show. Jake Paul should have knocked Mike Tyson out. It was a professional fight. He should have put a KO on him. At least at some point in any round, he should have put a KO on him. But there was probably some respect for being Mike Tyson and being in the ring, 58 years old, all that sort of stuff. And Jake Paul's a 27-year-old man, being the prime fighter that he is. I really can't believe I've stayed up and now I'm making this video to tell you guys this. I really should have went to bed at probably 11 o'clock. Instead, I'm here at 1:22 in the morning on a early Saturday morning making a video on this. Where do I even begin? The undercards were the best part of the match, or the whole evening, I guess is really what it is. The co-main event there with the two women there with Taylor and I can't remember, Soprano, I believe her name was. I think Soprano had the edge there, but apparently the judges didn't think so. And in boxing, it's always like that. There's always controversy. There's always something there to try to tell you that the person who won the fight didn't win the fight. And even though the eye test says differently, the judges kind of go the other way. I don't understand it. This is why I'm not big into boxing, even though I like watching boxing. I do like watching boxing, even though I don't give feedback, kind of like what I'm doing here. It's just I don't understand the concept of you know a person had won a fight. And yet you go to the other person just because they're the champion. They have a champion's advantage or kind of something like that. I don't really understand why that comes into play here, but it is what it is. I didn't watch the other fights, but I seen on Twitter the other fights were, excuse me, kind of pretty good going on here. So I'm not really going to be the person to evaluate any of those fights. The only fight that I've really seen was a Tyson fight and the fight before that in the main event, which I thought that the lady from Puerto Rico should have won that fight. But it is what it is. Anyway, getting to the Tyson fight. Mike Tyson looked slow. He did not look very good. Being at 58 years old, I kind of wonder if this was kind of scripted, kind of like a WWE kind of match, or a WCW or ECW, or what is it now, AEW now? Those kind of matches. If this is kind of scripted to try to make Tyson be the puffed up and be the bigger person that he is. I just didn't see it. He was slow, but the first round and going into the second, there was some spark, but after that he was flat-footed. He couldn't do the bounce that they usually do and what the commentators say that they usually have. So. And even after that, Tyson was just kind of sitting there in there, kind of surviving, hoping Jake Paul wasn't going to just rush in and kind of knock him out. And Paul had the respect of him not to do that. I thought there was times Tyson probably should have went in got a couple of good strikes in, but that never happened either. This is kind of why I think this is kind of a scripted match. Just something that should have never have happened on Netflix. And to kind of go on Netflix's part here, too. If they're going to be streaming these sporting events kind of like this, they got to figure out this. They got to figure out the buffering issue, especially if they're going to try to get Super Bowl, try to be the broadcasting of the Super Bowl. If they ever get to that point, they got to do these issues. They got to figure out these issues kind of way in advance. And they had months and months and months to figure this out, and yet I feel like they kind of dropped the ball on this. I don't think they knew this Paul Tyson match was going to be big, and I don't understand why right at the beginning it was buffering. I sat there 20 minutes trying to get the stream to come back, and eventually I did, but I was already 20 minutes behind playing catch up. I really don't understand why Netflix had to do that. But anyway, I'm trying to get off my soapbox here. I'm really disappointed in the fight. I'm really pissed off at myself, more or less, that I sat here and waited till midnight to watch a fight. 8 times 2 was what, 16 minutes of fighting, which never really was a fight. It was kind of more of, hey, I'll throw a couple of jabs, and that's probably it. Maybe an uppercut. I don't even know if one uppercut was even thrown. I don't know that. I don't remember seeing one, but maybe one was in there. Just a bad fight for Jake Paul. Bad fight. Even though he won, I think he ended up losing here and probably lost respect for a little bit of time here. Even though he won, he ended up losing. I kind of put it on Twitter here, and I kind of responded to a couple other people. What a fucking bad fight this was. For Mike and for Jake Paul. Both of those. It was a shit show. You heard the crowd booing. You heard... I wonder if people just kind of turned around and left after kind of like the 4th or 5th round. They were like, this is stupid. Why am I even sticking around for this? I don't know that. I wasn't at AT&T Stadium where apparently this was at. It was just a big shit show for Netflix. Just a big shit show for Netflix. The undercards were the best part of the fight. The main event was just... It should have been way better, way better. Anyway, if I'm going to see Jake Paul fight, I want to see him get up in some competition. Start getting him some real competition to try to see where he's at. I don't want to see any of these yesteryear kind of people, especially like Mike Tyson. Come on, man. You're 58 years old. You've made your money. Your persona, you're all that. If you haven't figured it out by now, then you're not going to figure it out. I will put it that way. And I think this fight has damaged his image and his likeness, and Jake Paul's image and his likeness. I don't know if people are going to want to put him on an undercard. Maybe Jake Paul has to do a couple of undercards at the heavyweight division to get some kind of credibility back and stuff like this. This was just and I know I'm kind of dogging Jake Paul here a little bit, but I'm kind of dogging Mike Tyson here a little bit. You knew better, dude. Seriously, man, you knew better. This fight should have never happened. This was a shit show. This had to have been a good old boys backroom agreement that I'm not only going to throw this many punches. I may get you a couple times, hit you with a jab, and you may hit me with a jab a couple times, or maybe a hook, one or two, but more or less we're not going to have a KO, and we're going to go to a scorecard, and I'm going to end up winning. It's kind of what it was. Just a bad card. A good card that ended up being shit at the end is what it was. Is really what it was. But anyway, the main takeaways here, guys. If you guys are fast forwarding to the end of the video, the main takeaways are, and I hate to say it, Mike Tyson's out of his prime. Dude, just hang up the gloves, man. I remember you being this larger-than-life persona. Just hang up the gloves, man. There ain't no shame in that. Jake Paul, get some better credibility people in there. If you want to be the heavyweight champion, you gotta do the things that are gonna make you a champion. You gotta get these guys up on the low side of the totem pole and kind of getting some wins under your belt. And if you think you're the man, you gotta get some KOs under your belt and some decisions, win some decisions. You know, that all sort of stuff. I don't want to watch you box guys from yesterday. What's it going to be next? Jake Paul and Roy Jones Jr.? I mean, really, that's kind of what it's kind of coming to, where he's just this... He's more of an entertainer more than he is a professional at boxing, is what it really is. Anyway, guys, I'm off my soapbox now. It's 1:30 in the morning. I'm going to finish my beer up. I'm going to go to bed. Let me know what you guys think if you guys stayed up and watched this. To me, it was a total shit show. For both Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Should have never have happened. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think of this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video. Give it a thumbs down if you do not. Also, guys, make sure you hit that bell notification and hit that subscribe button so you guys get more videos just like this one. Anyway, disappointed in myself for watching this and wasting my time is what it really is. Alright, guys. Really hope you guys enjoy this video. Hope to see you guys again soon. Deuces. Take care, guys.